Smart Cities plus Internet of Things, IoT. Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Smart Cities plus Internet of Things series. Let's begin with a simple truth. The future isn't being built. It's already operational. The cities rising today are not just concrete jungles or sprawling metropolises. They're programmable environments, wired, monitored, and coded to run like machines. These cities aren't made for you to live freely. They're designed for you to function predictably. And the more efficient they become, the more controlled you are inside them. You may already live in one. If your garbage bins are sensor tagged, if your water meter pings the utility company automatically, if your parking is app-based and your building uses facial recognition to unlock the door, you're inside a smart city. The smart label is the cover story. The real theme is traceability at scale. This series is here to decode what that really means, to break down how your city, your home, and even your body are being integrated into a technological hive, under the pretense of safety, climate reform, and convenience. This isn't about paranoia, it's about pattern recognition. Because the future of urban life isn't coming. It's already been engineered, and the systems are being turned on. So let's define the language. A smart city is an urban environment embedded with internet-connected infrastructure. That means traffic lights, trash cans, sewer systems, toll gates, transit hubs, buildings, sidewalks, even soil, air, and water are embedded with real-time monitoring sensors. These sensors feed data into centralized platforms where AI determines how the city should operate and how you should behave within it. This is the Internet of Things, or IoT. It connects everything: your home thermostat, your fitness tracker, your fridge, your camera doorbell, your car, your light bulbs, your mattress. And in the context of a smart city, IoT doesn't stop at convenience. It extends into surveillance. These devices aren't just smart, they're self-reporting. They log what you do, when you do it, and sometimes how you feel when you're doing it. They send that data to remote servers to be cross-referenced, analyzed, and scored, building a digital profile more detailed than anything a census or government form could ever reveal. It's one thing to be connected. It's another to be continuously measured. And that's the crux of the issue. Smart cities sell you efficiency, less traffic, greener energy, quicker response times. What they don't sell you on, but install regardless, is surveillance architecture that never turns off. Cameras that detect facial emotion. Sensors that log your gait, heart rate, and thermal signature. Trash cans that track how much you throw away. Sidewalk sensors that record pedestrian movement. Street poles that listen, triangulate, and categorize. It's not sci-fi. It's already deployed in cities like Toronto, Barcelona, Dubai, and Singapore. Let's take Toronto's Sidewalk Labs project, a prototype smart neighborhood funded by Google's parent company, Alphabet. It promised green architecture, digital convenience, and community co-creation. But buried in the fine print was a citywide data capture scheme where everything from garbage disposal to sidewalk footfall was up for sale. The public pushed back. The project folded. But the blueprint didn't die. It was replicated in Neom, Saudi Arabia's trillion-dollar smart megacity, and again in Songdo, South Korea. And now, through ESG incentives and public-private partnerships, it's being pieced together inside existing cities everywhere, from New York to Melbourne. And who's building all this? Not your local city council, not your neighbors, not the people with the most to lose. It's big tech: Amazon, Cisco, IBM, Microsoft, NVIDIA, Palantir. Working hand-in-hand with governments and international stakeholders under the umbrella of climate sustainability and smart governance. These partnerships are rarely transparent, and they're rarely optional. The infrastructure goes in first. The accountability? Never. Let's go deeper. Predictive policing already exists. In cities like Chicago and Los Angeles, algorithms are fed historical crime data to forecast future risk zones and even identify high-risk individuals. The results? Biased, disproportionate surveillance in vulnerable neighborhoods, and real people flagged for crimes they haven't committed, based on past patterns or associations. That's not safety. That's preemptive criminalization. That's Minority Report made real. And it's not just crime. Smart energy grids are being installed globally, able to regulate power usage remotely, without your consent. During extreme weather or political events, your thermostat, your access to water, your vehicle's charging capability can be throttled or shut off. In California and Texas, smart meters have already been used to cap household energy. In the UK, flexible electricity pricing is being tested to penalize peak hour usage. This isn't just conservation, it's rationing, automated and invisible. Now bring that back to the street level. Smart cities convert once public spaces into digitally gated zones. Entry may require facial recognition, QR verification, or a digital ID tied to your phone. Think vaccine passport infrastructure, but permanent and cross-linked. Your health, your finances, your carbon score, your behavioral history, all of it embedded into your movement permissions. And unlike traditional systems of law, these gates don't rely on law enforcement. They're autonomous. Once your digital profile says no, the door doesn't open. The system isn't broken. It's working exactly as designed. You may have already noticed it. Contactless convenience, frictionless entry. These are polite rebrands for traceable compliance. The more seamless your experience feels, the more embedded you are in the net. Scan to enter gyms, RFID-tagged ID cards for schools, biometric payments at stores, automated license plate recognition. You're not interacting with a city anymore. You're interfacing with a system, one that logs, ranks, and reacts. Let's talk money. Who's paying for all of this? The smart city narrative says governments are broke, that they can't fix bridges or roads. Yet somehow there's unlimited capital for 5G towers, facial recognition networks, fiber optic data grids, smart camera deployments, and automated access points. How? Public-private partnerships, massive investments from tech firms, energy companies, and global development funds. And what's the return on investment? You. Or more accurately, your behavioral data. How often you walk, what you eat, how long you sleep, how much water you use, whether you open your windows, where you go, and why. This data is sold in fragments, packaged into behavioral predictions, and used to engineer the next phase of the grid. Let's call it what it is: behavioral investment. Cities aren't being rebuilt for you. They're being rebuilt to extract from you. This is where we pause and ask the question, what does it mean to live in a city where you are constantly watched, scored, and sorted? Not because you've done something wrong, but because the system can? And more importantly, how do you protect your freedom inside a structure designed to minimize it? This is what this series is here to answer. We're going to walk through each layer of the smart city, from its foundation in the Internet of Things to the architecture of surveillance, the illusion of green control, and the predictive systems that turn life into a loop. We'll examine what happens when every behavior becomes a dataset, when every action is sorted into value tiers, and when freedom of movement is no longer defined by law, but by software. Because this isn't urban planning, it's urban programming. You don't need to live in a sci-fi dystopia to be in danger. You just need to live in a city that can watch you and respond before you even act. So the question is no longer, are we building smart cities? The question is, what happens once they're smart enough to manage you without your knowledge? And are you ready to live in a city where the lights are on, the grid is humming, everything runs smoothly, and your freedom has silently been absorbed into the code? Hi, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and SOS, School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing. And no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future. Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems. The behavioral economy now governs access. 4. Hive Mind. Synthetic telepathy and collective algorithmic control. 5. Nanobots inside you. Medical, military, and programmable intrusions. 6. Grief Tech. AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading your mind, consciousness transfer, and data-based identity. 8. Deep fakes plus AI clones, the replication of reality and identity theft. 9. Quantum humans, the merger of biology with quantum systems. 10. Digital afterlife, where your data goes when you die. 11. Resurrection science, reviving life through synthetic methods. 12. Immortal science, the end of death as we know it. 13. Longevity science, gene editing, anti-aging, and bio-upgrades. 14. Designer babies, engineered perfection before birth. 15. Artificial wombs, birth decoupled from the female body. 16. 3D printing, printing organs, limbs, and even humans. 17. The humanoid era, the rise of synthetic beings among us. 18. Legacy humans, the slow phase-out of unmodified analog people. 19. Smart cities, algorithmic environments that watch and decide. 20. Cloud-based societies, citizenship without borders or bodies. 21. Hackable humans, emotion, memory, and behavior under code. 22. Biometric scanning, your body is your password and your prison. 23. Sex tech, intimacy reprogrammed by machines. 24. Extinction of gender, fluidity, deletion, and design of identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault to overstand the future before it's implemented on you.